In this exercise, we're going to help you get familiar with using the in-out attachment points correctly. This is one of the most important tutorials in PractiCAD because connectivity does have such a big impact on your duct line editing options and your automatics later on in the software. First step, open up your exercise template and let's focus on these three quadrants here. Second step is to grab an air handling unit in your fitting box. Your options might be different than the ones on this tutorial, so just find an air handling unit that's in there. The size doesn't make much of a difference, nor the type. We just want to represent the air handling unit. I'm going to grab this one currently called air handling box. I'm going to click once. I'm just going to change three parameters. We're going to switch to width on body to 50, depth on body to 50, and height 100. Then I'm going to put it at 0 feet in elevation. Now place it on your drawing right here in the bottom left corner. Next step, let's grab a fire damper fitting and let's place it on the drawing. For this tutorial, we will pretend that there is a wall in the middle of the drawing and we're attaching it. The fire dampers you have in your bin might be different than that you see on this tutorial, so just grab any fire damper you have available. Here I'm going to grab a catalog FSD and I'm going to place it. Whatever fire damper you pick, go to the fitting parameter box and change the size to 48 by 24. Now I'm going to change the elevation to 8 foot, bottom at 8 foot. And then place it on your drawing in the middle of the screen, about right here. Going to click once, click twice, and now need to choose my routing method, new piece exact. I'm going to type in P for piece so I get just one piece. And then click again to place. Now we want to zoom into our fire damper. In earlier tutorials, we explained the concept of in and out. If we've done this correctly so far, click on your fire damper and take note of the node that happens to be square and blue. Then go to your fitting parameter box and make sure it says the in. We want, generally, as a good rule, in joints should always point towards the air handling units. Out joints should always point towards the grills. Whether the duct is supply or return duct line has nothing to do with the in-out connections. In-out is just the fact that we attach one in joint of one duct to the out joint of another duct. So as a general rule, it's good to have the in joint facing the air handling unit and the out joint facing the grill. If we want to switch it to return, we still draw it into out, but we would change the zone to return. And it would report as such, and our tags would show the difference as well. However, supply and return has to do with airflow, but airflow has nothing to do with connectivity. It's a very important concept to understand. We're now going to route duct using an elbow towards this grill here. Go to your fitting parameter box and select an elbow. Here we're going to choose a square elbow. I'm now going to hit C for continue. Now you will notice that because we're holding the elbow by the in, it's going to naturally snap to the out of the last piece of duct we've connected to, which will be the fire damper. I'm going to hit C for continue and spacebar. Now you can see the duct has snapped. I'm now going to go up to my direction box and we're going to switch it to the opposite side. If I want to switch it from turning right to turning left, I just go opposite of where the line is here. Then I'm going to hold my cursor right on somewhere in the center of this grill. And I'm going to switch the routing method. In the command line, you should see new piece, exact, up, down, single, smart for the routing methods. Going to choose E spacebar for exact. Once I move my cursor, it should instantly bring the duct very close to the grill. I'm going to snap about right here. Now I'm going to hit escape to let go of the fitting, or you can right click and hit cancel. It's up to you, keypad or mouse. Now we want to take it off of continue because we want to route from the other side of the fire damper. Here we're going to switch it to new. Now we're going to grab a different elbow, a square elbow that we're going to attach to the other side of the damper. Grab the square elbow by clicking once. Now we must change. Going to zoom in a little bit. We must change from holding the elbow from the in to holding the elbow from the out. This way we can bring the elbow over to the damper, as I'm doing currently. Snap the elbow to the damper. Now I'm going to click once to attach it. And once again, PractiCAD's giving me the routing methods. It's still on exact from the last time we clicked on it. So I'm going to pull my elbow down to the damper and I'm going to attach here. I understand we're not attaching it correctly. There's other tutorials on that. This tutorial and exercise is just to get you familiar with the in-out attachments. I'm going to click here. We have now used the in-out connections properly. To make sure this is done right, let's do an edit and see if the edit carries down the duct line. I'm going to pan over to my elbow. Click on the elbow one time. Notice that the joint we are holding, the square node, is the out. Switch it to the in. This way we're going to edit from the in joint forward. If we do it the other way, we actually edit from the out joint backwards. There are tutorials on this in the duct line editing exercises. Once we're holding the first piece of duct by the in joint, double click to get your AutoCAD property box. Now change the width in to 36 and hit enter. If we did this correctly and everything is attached, we should have all of the fittings on the drawing at 36 because they've edited properly. This is a very important exercise. Go over it as many times as necessary. But this will conclude the exercise on in-out attachment.